Howdy folks, and welcome to my claim. Today we're going to do some exploratory drilling with this post hole driller. Now you can buy these on the internet anywhere. They're relatively cheap, but they're great for placer exploring. So if you have some property for gold placer, this is really great to drill down. Now this is a 6-inch drill bit that I've got on here, and just a simple 2-stroke motor that you can take out. Now this is really ideal. Now the only problem with this is that sometimes when you're drilling you hit some big rocks, and of course it's going to turn and twist and kind of knock you around. And if you do enough of this, then you're going to find yourself in the doctor's office trying to make an appointment for shoulder surgery, because this will really beat you up. So what I've got instead is a gadget that this thing mounts onto to make it a lot easier to drill and takes the stress off the shoulders. So come on over and I'll show you what we got. So here it is, the drilling platform. Now this motor mounts right on this frame here, and now I'm able to actually move it around wherever I need to and set it down on the ground and let the frame take all the torque whenever I'm drilling. So basically you got the drill mounted here, you got your drill bit down below. Up here on top is a typical trailer winch that you would use for hoisting your boat up on and off the trailer, and that helps drive it, so when you release the brake it lowers it down, so you can just let the weight of the drill rig itself sink the drill into the ground, and then when you're done all you have to do is reverse direction and pull it back up. So it makes it real easy, so that way you're not having to fight it all the time, going up and down and getting banged around on the rocks. The other feature too is that this is on wheels, so it's real easy. All you have to do is simply just tip the model up like this. The wheels actually reach the ground and you're able to move it around to whatever location you want, and whatever spot you like, you can just drop it right in there and boom, you're ready to go. Now it also has a trailer hitch mounted on here, so I can hook it on the back of my truck or an ATV and take it off into really remote areas if I need to do my drilling. So let's take a closer look at it and I'll give you better details. Alright, so the base frame here is made out of 2-inch steel, 2-inch square tubing, 1/8 inch thick. Actually the whole framework is made of that. So it's 3 feet across and 4 feet long, and then I've got a couple of extended pieces sticking up in which to bolt the wheels on. So when the thing is perfectly flat with the ground, the wheels are off the ground, so it's not moving around. So that way all this metal is resting right on the dirt, so it helps with the controlling the torque. Now I'll show you a little more details on the tower. Okay, so this is a little closer view of how everything is mounted. Now this again is 2-inch steel tubing that's been kind of double welded to give us enough gap in here to mount the drill rig down. And basically I just have it connected here with just these U-clamps that are holding it down in all 4 places here to lock it down so it's on here nice and solid. Now the tubing that runs up and down on these vertical posts here is I think it's 2 3/4 inch, and it's 3/16 inch thick steel tube, and that just allows this thing to glide up and down. Now you could say, well, you know, you got rust on it, how do you keep it from sticking and all that? Yeah, you could spray it with WD-40 or you can put grease on it, but the problem with grease is that it's going to collect every little speck of dirt and dust, and then it's going to be grinding and make a mess. So I prefer to just leave it dry and just let the weight of everything kind of work with it, okay? And if you really need to have some kind of lubricant, put some water on it instead of any kind of WD-40 or grease or oil or anything like that, and it works just fine. And if it does get stuck, all you do is take a hammer and just tap it a little bit and it frees itself right up. So this is basically a simple setup. And of course here's this hook that you use for trailers that just attached to it. I've just got some typical antenna cable that's mounted on here to onto the drill rig frame, and that just hooks it up. Pretty simple. And then of course we got the drill bit, you know, mounted down below here as well. So basically we're really ready to go. So let's go ahead and see if we can find some gold. Okay, now we'll just go ahead and shovel up all that material, plus we'll also take our special shovel here and we'll scoop it out and everything, get everything out of this hole. We'll sample it and see if we got any gold. Okay, we moved the drill rig out of the way, and so we'll go ahead and start cleaning up here. We'll just gingerly just scoop up the dirt around the edge of the collar of the hole. And whatever falls inside is not going to be any big deal, because we'll eventually scoop it out with that other shovel. All right. Yeah, we'll get a little bit more of this on top of here. It's got that red, gooey, clay-looking stuff here. Looks promising. We'll see. Now this 6-inch drill bit is just about right for the hole, because if you try to do this with a smaller bit, you may not get this post hole shovel in here. All right, I think that'll about do it. So we'll go ahead and we got about 3/4 of a bucket here. So we'll go ahead and screen it down, pan it out, see if we get any gold. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and classify this material that we drilled out. Got a 1/2-inch classifier to start off with, and then once we get that done, we'll go ahead and then run it through a 1/4-inch screen, and then from there we'll pan it all out. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll just go ahead and run this through. Now this is kind of gooey clay here, so it's gonna take a little bit of time to try to shake out everything. And of course that header pile that I'm putting over here, I'm going to scan it with my metal detector later on, just in case there's a nugget that maybe gets through you don't know about. So you always got to scan your tailing piles, even with a metal detector. So we started off with about 3/4 of a bucket. It looks like we're going to end up with about a 1/2 a bucket when we're done classifying this with a 1/2-inch screen. All right, so we'll switch sides here. And now we'll go down to a 1/4-inch. I need to get a new one of these things. This thing's starting to get beat up. It's been used too much. All right. And again, we'll scan that too as well, just in case, you know, if there's a nugget larger than a 1/4-inch. Gold bug too, that's what I have. Will absolutely scream if it sees a nugget there, so we'll scan that afterwards. Certainly is gooey clay, that's for sure. It's also wet too. A little harder to screen down. Yeah. And one more. There we go. One last big one. All right, there you have it. Now we kind of whittled it down to probably less than a 1/2 of a bucket of material that we're going to go ahead and pan it out on in the tub. All right, so we're ready to start panning all the material here. This is probably about probably a little less than 1/4 of a bucket here, and we'll go ahead and get it panned out. This is a Garrett Super Sluice that I'm using here, and I kind of like it because it's good for moving a lot of heavy material. We'll go ahead and stratify this stuff down. Looks like there's some clumps in here. Kind of break that up. And yeah, you're going to get muddy. All right. get some of this stuff. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom of the pan here, getting into the black sand. Not a whole much left. Let's see if we get any gold. Gotta tap it around here, get that gold up against the edge of the riffle. Okay, all right. All right, let's see if we got anything. So go ahead and spin it around. Get some of the bigger rocks off first. Cut those loose. All right. Now as I'm cutting down here, I can start to see little itty bitty specks. I don't even think the camera resolution can even show you, but there's like one tiny little speck right here. I'll try to bring it up close to the camera as possible, but you can kind of see that there. There's some gold. So we got at least one little speck so far. See if we can cut down and get some more here. Oh yeah, here's some nice ones starting to show up. Let me kind of scooch them back up into the pile here, see if we can get them to show a little better. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Yeah, so there's some gold out here. I mean, not a lot to get super, excited, but for, we basically filled a 5-gallon bucket 3/4 full and screened it down. And so I'm just going to drain off the water here, and I think that's about it. So here, I'll bring it up to the camera so you can kind of see the specks of gold dotted in through here. It's not too bad considering, it takes about 40 buckets to make a cubic yard. So you can imagine 40 times that gold that you see right there, in your pan. So if you were on a full yard. So it's not really great, but just guessing at it, it's probably running about maybe $12 to $15 a yard at the very, very most. So it's worth going out and doing some more exploration, more drilling, testing the site. That was just one hole. It's encouraging, so get out there and I'll punch some more holes, and who knows what else we'll find. But that just goes to show you that this works, and so this ground may be worth running volume through sometime in the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you can get new updates whenever I post another video. In the meantime, I wish you the very best of luck in your prospecting adventures. Get out there and drill some holes and find some gold. Thank you for watching. See you next time.